Campus Live TV, no limit.
For almost a decade in the music scene, he's grown to be one of the biggest force to be reckoned with. He's a barrel of talent, I like to describe it, because as I do music, I hear he's so good at some other things. We'll be having that interaction with Edem right here on Hotspot Campus Live TV. Edem, how are you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you doing?
I'm well. What's been cooking?
Well, we've been working. We've been putting out some new music, especially from the opening of the year. We released Fearful, and then we released Love Me, and then we released Love Me the video, and then we released Power featuring Stone Boy, and then on the 7th I'm going to release Father, and then on the 21st I'm going to release the video for Hurricane, Edem featuring T-Flow, Dark Suburb, and Jojo About from New York. So there's just a lot of music marathon this year.
Absolutely. So before we even delve more into the marathon, let's have a bit of you personally. What are you called officially?
I'm called Edem, but people still have a hang on Ayigbe Edem, so I've decided to not really bother when people make that reference to me, because I think that it's just a way of people identifying the type of Edem they are making reference to. So yeah, it's still the same.
Okay. But speaking of the Ayigbe still attached to your name, even though you have in a way taken it out of your brand, the Edem brand. Now you are one person that unarguably you seem to promote the volatile regime, if I'm right, yeah. And so when at a point I personally heard you've taken the Ayigbe off your name, I was like, but for a person who stands in for like the pride of volatile regime, why then should he take off the Ayigbe? What's incited this?
No, I mean, taking it away doesn't really make it me any lesser proud or taking lesser pride in where I'm from. I just wanted to give the brand a new direction, and like I said, you realize that it was a point in our career where we felt it was strategic, and we are at another point where if I am called Ayigbe Edem, is really okay, or it's really fine, because we do this thing for the people, and if the people still stick with Ayigbe Edem, you might as well look at things from their view. So that's just about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Edem, let's go back to school. Your educational background. Quickly run us through.
Yeah, so I went to Amazing Love. Shout out to every Amazing Love student, one of the best schools in the country. From there I went to Bishop Herman.
Okay.
Shouts to every Behekan, the fire, Sicut Miles Christi is our motto, which is the Latin word for us, a soldier of Christ. So throughout our lives, that's what we become. Then I went to Rabodef. Shouts to Tommy and Forsen. Shouts to Sammy Forsen, who was my radio DJ teacher.
Okay.
And then from there I went to Meridian Pre-University. I did my diploma, and then I went to Marshall's University. Yes, and then hopefully, if I'm really sane enough, somewhere next year I might enroll back in Gempa. Yeah. Charlie, I don't know.
You don't know yet.
I don't know. I tire.
It's a good thing. You have a very packed educational background. Now, back in school, tertiary, did you hold any position?
No, I didn't hold any position. I entered tertiary being an artist.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, when I entered doing my diploma, I was already an artist, so there wasn't room for anything like that. Yes, I was offered a few things to do, but I knew I couldn't juggle it because it was the early stages of my career. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of juggling, what you would have to study in the lecture hall and then with the music as a career, wasn't it challenging?
Yeah, it's a crazy experience to be in accounting class, or or being marketing class, or you're doing business law, and then whilst the teacher is teaching, you're hearing a note in your head. Like I'm hearing the rhythms. I have an idea, so you blank out for a short while trying to get your thoughts together, or sometimes you have to go to the studio, come back home at 3 a.m. then head to school at 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's very tedious, but like I say, do you have an option? No. You want to be a better person, you have to take on challenges. Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, so were you the all A student, or you were the average person, or anything? I mean, goes for you since you were in the music scene. What more could you be bothered so far as academic is concerned?
No. Anything didn't go for me. From when I was growing up, I was a lot of book person, oriented person. And when I went to Meridian, it was still the same. I try to make sure that I keep up. I try to make sure that I get good grades that will get me to the next level. So it was tedious, but I didn't want to settle for anything. If it's not going to be you doing your best and being excellent at it, then you don't have to. So I didn't take it like, because I'm in the music industry, anything goes. Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Edem, back in school, were you colleagues with any personality as of now?
Back in school, when I was in Bishop Herman, no, I had a group. We had a group, Ringmasters, were a group of 6 rappers. I'm the only person who is still doing music actively. Some of them are.
It was a music crew.
Yeah.
And so what happened along the line?
Yeah, I mean, after SHS, then the grind changes. Somebody wants to go to school, somebody wants to go to Polytechnic, somebody wants to go to Legon, somebody is at home because maybe they have to resit. So after SHS, everything actually, the paradigm shifts and things change. And I think that we all found ourselves in different areas. Some of the members of the group, some of them are nurses now. One guy is an IT guy in a very good company. So everybody found different things to do. And I was still in the streets. I was trying to get it right. Yeah.
It's a good thing. So what was that breakthrough moment? That moment you could always give, say, credit to, say, this is what led me to becoming who I am today?
Well, I think that breakthrough moment was when I went to Hammer's house. One very casual and regular day. And he had gone to the studio to produce a beat for Tiny's remix of I Believe I Can Fly. Because he had Tiny did I Believe I Can Fly, and Hammer wanted to do a remix. So Hammer produced the beat overnight and was hoping to get in the studio with Tiny the next night. And I went to him on a casual day, and I heard the beat and I started freestyling, and he was so impressed. He said, I'm going to start recording your album. And I thought, no, this is not true. Because I was with him for like almost 3 years. Okay. And he never said something that strong, a statement. So walking home, I was still like, did he really say it? Or I didn't hear it well? Or did he say he'll put me on the remix? So I got home, and around 11, I'll never forget, I saw my phone. This Nokia had this round screen with really blue lights that really vibrates a lot. That was the phone I had, and yeah, Hammer's call was coming through, and he was like, I'm in the studio. Come, you're starting your album. I'm going to tell Tiny that I lost the files to the remix of I Believe I Can Fly. And that was the beginning. We started recording. Awesome. Yeah, so I never forget. Okay. Yeah.
Good. That's done. Also, shouts to Hammer anyway. Yeah, he happens to be in the story of most successful.
Yeah, thank you for putting bread on my table. I appreciate you, Godfather.
So, what was your first single?
My first single commercially was You The Craze, Bouger. It was Edem featuring Kalkese, Sarkodie, and Ruth. That was like my really breakthrough record. That was a statement. But before that, I'd put out a few singles that didn't go mainstream with Hammer, but were in the streets. So I'd say You The Craze, as people popularly know it, or Keva, was my breakthrough single. Okay. 09.
What can you share with us some of the music artists, some of the big names you started crawling with?
Yeah, some of the big names, or some of the people never knew I started with. One of them is D Crime. He was always in the studio. Yapono was always in the studio. Stage was always in the studio back in the day. Reggie Zippy, who is now Reggie Mboli, was always at Hasha's studio that time. Who else was in the studio? There were tons of artists who are out now. I was always hanging in the studio with Trick. I was always in the studio with Jay Foley. Easy was around at the same time. Richie, Assam, all the people who are mainstream now that people think are overnight success, they were all coming through to the studio. Yeah.
Good. Edem, your latest track, the music video, yes, it's been trending for some time now. Everybody's talking about. Tell us about it.
Well, Fearful is a song where I decided to speak about what we all know as very stereotype belief that we have, that when you're not making progress in life is sometimes people who are closer to you. So I just decided to retell the story we all know, and I found a very cool Akan phrase which says "Fearful amoyeme monjaime," and I figured it summed up everything I wanted to say, and I used it for the hook, and then I kicked the verse for it. Yeah.
Good. All right, so
because it's fearful, people can relate. So if they are playing soccer and somebody's not scoring, they say it's fearful.
Absolutely. And so on this a fear note, let's go for Fearful by Edem. Stay with us.
Mr. Lecky on the beat.
Special delivery. Go get it. I've been on the road for the longest time, but nothing ain't happened. What it wrong my life? I've been on the road for the longest time, but nothing ain't happened. What it wrong my life? And as I'm off around, there's some more people that do me. You put my toe away to do me. Fear for a fear for a
Awesome video, unarguably awesome video. Now, Edem, finally we are wrapping up this conversation. I mean, I'm sure you've had your own challenges, you've had your own ups and downs, but today you are at a point where a lot of the students out there would boldly say Edem is one person I look up to. I'm not so passionate about music, but there is something unique about you that I pick some one or two cues from. And so what would you tell these people out there who look up to you today?
Well, to everybody who looks up to me, it's quite easy, and I say these few things to everybody. Nobody's going to open the door for you, so you have to force it open. Okay. It's something you have to keep at the back of your head. And you shouldn't have a sense of entitlement, like people owe you favors. Nobody owes you anything in life. If somebody helps you, be grateful that you're helped, and once you don't have any sense of entitlement, you're going to be able to fight for yours and get it, and be thankful for every door somebody opens for you. Also, I think that there's nothing more powerful than humility. It's the biggest badge of honor you can have, to have humility, because it's the only thing that powerful men carry. And so if you really want to be powerful, you should wear humility as a badge of honor everywhere you are. Yeah.
All right, before we take leave, I mean, Ghana Institute of Journalism, we have the Bevu Nation on campus. Hey, yes. But we need you guys to come around to come and do the Bevu norm with us, okay? So it's an appeal my fellow Bevu people ask to put before you when I meet you, and so especially from us to you. Any shouts to them?
Yeah, shouts to Bevu Nation. Kill them in a million ways. Kill them in a billion ways. Bevu, I see you guys, definitely.
Most definitely, Edem. Thank you very much for making time for us. Thanks you very much. Sure. All right, so this is a hotspot segment on Campus Lighting with myself, and I describe him as the voice of the new generation, Edem. Still Campus Life, stay with us.
Campus Live TV. No limit.